It started out as just another party. And then somewhere along the line it got a little bit out of hand. Swept up by the irresistible wave of getting monumentally fucked up. They went a bit further than they normally do. Well, I stress I went a lot further than I normally do. And you went a lot further than you normally do. I mean, did. Soon enough, everything blurred together. Faces and bodies and lights and brick walls and bass lines. It was like a kaleidoscope of colours, but eternally shifting. You could say we had a good night in that basement that night. It should have stayed like that. Everything happened very quickly. A shudder, then she was screaming. Everyone was trying to help, dialing 999, running and panicking, and I didn't. I just ran away. Out of fear, only fear. Cops are on the way and I'm high as shit and paranoid kind of fear. I ran home that night and stared into the mirror and waited to I was alive when sunrise came. So I ran a hot bath and fell asleep in it. I flooded the bathroom that night. The water dripped through my ceiling. And you could say I slept in damp sheets that night. When I look back, I'm disgusted at myself. At the arrogant assumptions I made that you would be just fine. Because lo and behold, the ambulance would come and they would have sorted everything out. I never imagined that you might meet, or at least that you were. I'm sorry that I assumed that you were okay. I'm sorry that I spent a whole day in oblivion while everyone else was already mourning. I'm sorry that I was. I can't talk to our friends anymore because they were the ones who did this. They were the ones who encouraged that stupid behaviour in the first place of excessive drug consumption and endless partying and ignorance of any sort of responsibility at all. The fucking hedonism is a disease that you caught from them. This was their fault. And and now they're acting as if they had nothing to do with it in the first place. As if your death wasn't... As if they had no blame to bear for what happened to you. As if you don't haunt their dreams at night. Asking over and over why they didn't tell you to stop. They've buried your memory as this tragic accident and carried on with the same fucked up habits that put you in that fucking coffin in the first place. Can't bear to look at them anymore. They make me sick. It's interesting because since that night I keep running my bath too hot. So hot that it hurts. I lie in them for as long as I can, whimpering and tensing. I'm not sure why, but it's become this form of habit. And when I can no longer bear it, I pull myself under and stay there burning until the fire in my lungs forces me out. Then I get out and run the cold tap while I examine the flush in my face. I only get into the bath when it's full to the brim, when my presence tips waves over the edges. It's like if I displace enough water, then I'm real. My body is concrete. I know I was swept up in the tide of the moment. But everything just seemed so familiar and exciting. It was just like any other party. I didn't tell you to stop, I encouraged you. I took exactly what you took. After all, it could have been me who... I know I joined in that night, but it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my idea. your 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 overdose was nothing to do with me. I was just there. I was just. It's not my fucking fault you're dead, okay?